Hi GenderBlenders, welcome to week 88. And this week's question is, what is your opinion on substance abuse, drugs and alcohol within the community? Do you think we are more at risk for substance abuse? Have you ever had or known someone with a substance abuse problem? This is Stephie. Surprise! I actually am recording this video on September 30th. Although it will not air until Thursday of next week. I recorded this, as I say, on the 30th. Right now, I'm in Thailand recovering from SRS, still in a hospital. My opinion on substance abuse in the community. Well, first, I guess I have to talk about substance abuse, period. And I think this issue affects society at large. Some segments of the population are more affected, but it can and does affect all. It affects the homeless, the old winos sitting on the street corner. It affects the wealthy, those going in and snorting cocaine. Those who are unhappy with life or their portrayal of life. They could just be roaring drunks or substance addicts. Powerful or influential people. Substance abuse knows no bounds. My first heart doctor was, shall we say, more than reprimanded for writing out lots and lots of prescriptions for painkillers to himself. Can happen. Influential people, entertainment people, some examples. Politicians, that's a good example. Sex, drug, and alcohol. I had a technician that worked for me at one time in one of my prior jobs, who used to be an aide in Washington. And his claim is that many folk in Washington, aides, whatever, just because of the nature of who's around them and who's trying to buy what, end up being alcoholics, including himself. He rehabilitated himself, and yeah, he was clean and sober when he worked for me. But he frankly admitted that he had a problem at one point in time due to that. Britney Spears, Paris Hilton, Lindsay Lohan, John Belushi, a wonderful comedian, taken by drugs. Genetics affect the risks. Some folks are more predisposed than others. Are we, as a community, at more risk? Well, we're certainly, to some extent, the downtrodden, discriminated against. We certainly have a case of gender dysphoria. We have all the earmarks of somebody, just like the folks unhappy with life or their portrayal of life, who can fall into that trap. Maybe some of us do. I don't know. I really haven't seen, other than hearsay evidence. I have no hard data. But I have hearsay evidence that there's a higher incidence of alcoholism among our community. Higher incidence, certainly, of suicide. Do I know someone with a substance abuse problem? Yes, couple. You folks know that I was married when I was my old, now backing off to last week's topic, my old unimproved self. I was married. My wife, for a long period of time, crawled into a bottle, was into alcohol, and it did not help her a bit. It almost destroyed our marriage. came very close to it. In the end, she ended up cleaning her act up. However, substance abuse, she was really hooked on cigarettes. And ultimately it killed her. Pancreatic cancer. And folks, I saw that lady go bye-bye right in front of my eyes. And pancreatic cancer or cancer of any kind is not a pleasant thing to have happen. But, so do I know somebody with a substance abuse problem? Oh yeah. A good friend of mine that I've known for over 40 years now. His son died. And he almost drank himself to death. It cost him his marriage. It did cost him his marriage. It did cost him his health. He's still alive today, and he's reasonably okay otherwise, but his health is not nearly what it should be or could be due to the degradation that he subjected it to. So those are some things about that. Are we at risk? Yeah, we are. Do I know someone? Yeah, those are the couple examples that I showed you. Its effect on me. It was an implied but not an asked question this week. How does that affect me? How does that affect us? If we do know someone, is there an effect on us? And yeah, there sure is. I don't smoke. I really call myself a non-drinker, although I will very rarely drink. For example, when my son graduated, he and I shared a bottle of champagne as celebration. Normally there is no alcohol in the house. I just normally don't drink. But, occasionally for special occasions and special events and things like that, yeah, I will. But, no, I don't. So the effect on me is that I really don't drink. I don't smoke. So that's how it's affected myself. So my opinion on substance abuse within the community, well, it's certainly there. Whether it's substantially worse than anywhere else in the society at large, I don't know that I could say that. But, like I did say, there are some things that would point to us being more open. Maybe that's not the right word. More at risk. That certainly is the right word. To that happening to us, just because of the discrimination against us and the rest of the things that happen to us and the unknowns that we face and the really mean people that we can face. But I guess that's my answer to this week's question. As I say, I'm actually in Thailand right now, and speaking of substance abuse, seeing that I will have just gotten out of surgery, I am probably wiped out on some pretty heavy pain meds right now. So I guess I'm not one to talk. But it's all in a good cause, and I promise you that will not continue when I go back here, of course, or come back here, because I am physically, you see, in my little den. So that's my answer to this week's question. Hope that was entertaining. Until next week, this is Stephie saying bye-bye.